Hi, folks. This is Terry, your woodworking guide. And if you're like me, well, because where we are, if you're like me, you kind of worry about woodworking. I do woodworking all the time, but I'll be honest with you, I don't do it every day. I'm not a master carpenter. What I am is I'm a good do-it-yourselfer, and I know that I like to work with wood. I love to work with wood, and so I kind of watch what I'm doing. But there's times, especially if I'm going to build like a kitchen island or something like that, where you got to miter some corners. You maybe have to put a sink opening in it. You want it to be right where it's supposed to be. There's different things. So when I do something like that, it's different. If I'm going to build a dog house or something like that, it doesn't have to be exactly so. Then I'll do that. But when I'm doing something like a kitchen island or something like that, I want follow some plans that I know that are going to work. Now, I'm not talking about those plans you find in a woodworking book. Those things are sometimes useless. Half the time they forget about some steps and something like that. So you get to this point and you find out, what the heck am I going to do? What can I tell you? But I tell you, there is a place where you can go. It's called Dave's Woodworking Plans. Now, Dave has put together, the master carpenter and engineer, and that he's put together 16,000 woodworking plans. There's a plan for almost every project you can come up with. And I'm going to tell you something. The plans are detailed. They're good. You can follow them. You come right along. And when you get done, what do? Take credit for it, because that's where it's at. And it's because of Dave's Woodworking. You didn't, if I do it myself without those, I'm going to come to those miters and, they're going to be, oh man, just a hair off, maybe 1% or something like that, but just enough that it really shows, or that sink is maybe not quite right, or the holes or something. Without following the plans, I tend to do that. And I tend to kind of hurry up, and if you're like me, well, maybe that happens to you, and that's the reason I'm just suggesting Dave's Woodworking Plans. It's like my mother taught me to be safe rather than sorry, and that's what this is. And so in a big project, I say, if it's a dog house or something that's going to go out in the backyard, nobody's going to see it, it's not that important. But Dave does have plans for dog houses too, by the way, but that's beside the point. What I'm trying to tell you is, here, if it's something like this, it's going to be seen every day by your family and your relatives and your neighbors and all that, then you want to make sure it's right. So man, when they pat you on the back and say, Terry, you did a great job, you did, because your miters are good, your sinkholes are where they should be. And so with that being said, I just really, now there's going to be a link above my head here somewhere, and there's going to be a link down below in the introduction and that. So I just ask you just to follow it,